Everybody, so I'm just going to make a quick video real fast. This is going to be about the economic situation in the United States. So obviously we're being barraged every 5 minutes on CNN and ABC about how great Obama is at creating jobs and how he saved the economy, he's the second coming, and how everybody's better off now than they were under Bush, which is just absolutely, it's ridiculous. Honestly, anybody who knows anything about economics, I'm not saying that certain economists won't agree with the administration because obviously they're sellouts. You know, Paul Krugman or whatever, however you pronounce his last name, he's pretty much one of the biggest sellouts of all time. He used to be a free market economist, and now he's gone full liberal, wants government intervention in basically everything you do. But whatever, there wasn't enough government intervention in '08, you know, the same typical type Keynesian quote-unquote reformed economics. But let's look at these statistics, because these are what really matter. So people are going to look at the unemployment, and they're going to say, oh yeah, look, since Obama came in after the recession, unemployment's gone down. That's natural after a recession hits. Same with George Bush. Look at this. If you guys don't understand, there was actually a crash before he became president. There was the dot-com crash. So look at that. George Bush lowered the unemployment. Granted, it's not as much as Obama. That's because the crash during 2008 was that much worse than the one that George Bush experienced. So yes, you can argue that, okay, he passed over a little bit of this to Obama, but whatever. At the end of the day, either way, people are going to be more employed after a recession. It's just a fact. It's a complete fact that the economy is going to even out itself again. Hopefully these resources that are being wasted are going to go to good producing companies. The insolvent companies are going to stop investing in these bad resources and these bad policies. But look at this. This is the number you need to look for. Not in the labor force. It's gone up 36% since January 1st, 2000. And look at this. It has gone up just as much under Obama as it did from Bush. Look at that. Just look at it. Now, here's another thing that I noticed too. Because obviously, you guys need to read the BLS statistics. They define everything as... Their whole definitions are so ambiguous. Unemployment is just so ambiguous. You could be working for your cousin, and they consider you employed. But they put you in a separate category. You're not obviously full-time employed, but they put you in a separate category as employed. But look at this. See how it goes up? It goes up. And then it steadies out for a little bit right here, right? And then it goes up again. It went up right before the recession. Look at this. It's steadying out again. Now, is this a sign that maybe we're going to hit another recession and it's going to be worse this time because 93 million people aren't looking for jobs now? I don't know. I'm not going to say definitively this is a sign. Everybody wants to point to the GDP growth of 1.8% as a sign. But you never know. You never know if foreign investors are going to still keep investing in our economy, buying bonds. That's essentially what's happening right now. We're in a bond bubble. We've sold off all these bonds for super cheap, and we want all these foreigners to invest in our bond system, our treasury bonds. And all it's going to do is going to crash because those bonds aren't going to yield as much as they were 10 years ago. Trust me, people. Those bond yields are going to keep going down, and they've been going down, and people know this. But I want to read too at the bottom what it says, because this is a really good summary of what happened. To get a true picture of the 2006 state of the U.S. labor force, one must compare the working population employed against the non-working population, unemployed and not in labor force as shown. From 2000 through quarter 1 2016, the working employed population rose by 10%, compared to the non-working population rise of 39%. Job economics defines the non-working population as not in the labor force. That rose by 37% alone. And total unemployment, that rose by 57% over the period, which preceded, obviously, the major decline in unemployment since the end of the recession. If these trends continue, job economics predicts that the U.S. not in labor force, will equal the employed population by the mid-2020s, or sooner if the United States suffers a major financial crisis. They're saying that eventually this number right here of not employed but can work is going to reach the amount of people employed. And this number is already inflated as it is because these could be, a majority of them are part-time jobs, people. At least 25%, I'm going to say, to 30%. Look it up. At least 25-30% of this is part-time jobs, temp services. It's not real steady jobs that are creating, they might be creating goods, but they're not consistently creating goods like they should be. Look at this, though. That's all you have to look at, is the not in labor force. It's been going up. That should be going down, Obama. If people are really being employed, it should be going down. And then there's also one other thing I wanted to show you guys. There, sorry, I had to pause it to find out where it was. Alright, look at this. This is just ridiculous. Look at the good producing industries. This comes from mining, manufacturing, people who actually take resources from other countries, they buy them, and they manufacture things, and they resell them on the market for everybody to use. Or look at this. Service providing industries. Look at how high this is compared to everything else. Look at that. Education is so ridiculous. There are so many people overemployed in the education sector. It's ridiculous. We don't have to have this many professors as we do, or many teachers as we do. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What else? Leisure and hospitality has gone up. I mean, look at all this. And then look at the puny numbers down here. Because look right here. New jobs this decade. Look at this. That's all we've created. I'm surprised government agencies have gone down. I don't even know if I really believe that. I mean, there's still too many people employed in the government, obviously. I don't know if this includes people in the military. I would hope so, but I include that in the government agencies, even though they might not include that in there. But just look at this, people. So seriously, this is a really great site to look at. I'm going to include the link in there. Please check it out and verify, like I said, everything in here. Don't take my word for it. Thanks again for checking this out.